Now to the Lakers. Three-time All-Defense first-team member Marcus Smart will don the purple and gold this season. Smart plans to sign a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Lakers after finalizing a buyout with the Washington Wizards. The 2022 Defensive Player of the Year chose Los Angeles over interest from the Suns and the Milwaukee Bucks here. Let's bring back our senior insider, Shams Charania. Shams, how did this deal come together?
Malika, Marcus Smart wanted to be back in championship contention mode. His first 9 seasons in the NBA, the rival Boston Celtics, the rival of the Lakers, he made it to the playoffs, competed deep in multiple runs there for 9 consecutive seasons. Then he missed the playoffs. The last 2 years, I'm told he's been working hard on his body this offseason to return to the form in 2022 when he won the Defensive Player of the Year award. And so once he got permission from the Wizards to speak to the Lakers, Bucks, and Suns, his attention turned toward the Lakers. It was a close race. I'm told one thing that was instrumental in all this was Luka Doncic. He called Marcus Smart directly multiple times last week, told him how much he wants to play with him in Los Angeles. And so it was a close race. It came down to opportunity, some financial components involved in this as well, but they view Marcus Smart kind of as that Dorian Finney-Smith replacement, as the point of attack defender for JJ Redick. And so you look at that right there. Marcus Smart joined Jake LaRavia and DeAndre Ayton as additions. And Luka Doncic played a role not only with Marcus Smart, but also with the signing of DeAndre Ayton. This team obviously has made some shifts this offseason.
And that's a little bit of a different role for Luka. It's not that he hasn't been a leader around locker rooms in the past, but making those sorts of phone calls is not something I remember hearing as much of in previous seasons. That's really interesting insight, Shams. Thank you so very much. Shams mentioned it. It's been a little bit of a different role for Marcus Smart lately. He's played a combined 54 games the last 2 seasons. He's been under 50 games played in 3 of the last 5 seasons. As you can see right here, a steep departure from his time with the Boston Celtics. Perk, you know him well from your time with Boston, around Boston. How do you see him impacting this Los Angeles Lakers team?
Oh, hell of a pickup for the Lakers. Look, the Lakers they haven't had a defender like Marcus Smart on the perimeter since Alex Caruso. And I understand, like, the last 2 seasons we haven't seen the best version of Marcus Smart, but let's keep it real. He's been playing for no reason. Now, when you get back to what Shams alluded to, being in on that title team and playing for something at the age of 31, Marcus Smart is going to be the best version of himself. I had a point in my career before I was on legit title contenders, where a team where we lost 18 games in a row. And I walked into the arena, I walked into the practice facility, and I lived my life every single day knowing that we were going to get our ass kicked. But once the tables was turned and we made a trade for Kevin Garnett, we made a trade for Ray Allen, and we became legit title contenders, my mindset changed, and all of a sudden it got more professional off the court. But they got the best version of Kendrick Perkins on the court. We're going to see that with Marcus Smart in the Los Angeles Lakers.
And we've certainly seen that from Marcus Smart in past years with the Boston Celtics. It's the last couple of seasons that have been a little bit of a drought. I got to say, I underestimated the amount of Boston Celtics fans that still pour so much into that Lakers-Celtics rivalry that say, hey, we don't want to, no, Marcus Smart, we're not going to root for him anymore now that he's with the Los Angeles Lakers. And it was partly, as Shams is reporting, Luka Doncic, who picked up the phone and said, Marcus, come here to Los Angeles. Brian, what do you make of that?
Well, first off, I think you know what I'm going to say, Malika. Value. This is a key signing for value. They got him for the biannual exception. He took the buyout and is now coming at age 31 to play for the Lakers for less than his normal salary was going to be, with high motivation. But the thing that's interesting to me about the Luka recruitment was that he is definitely on the same page as the Lakers front office. I think it's key what Shams described, and I checked this out too. The phone calls. Look, I can send somebody a text and say, hey, it will be kind of cool for you to hang out with me next year, and put the phone down. The multiple phone calls while Luka was overseas, after obviously communicating with the Lakers front office saying, hey, we can get Marcus Smart, there's competition for him, can you reach out to him? To me, that's really important if you're a Laker fan. Luka working side by side with the front office, spending time, working on being on the same page. The reason that's important, Malika, I'll say it again as well, Luka has a contract extension option coming starting as recently as August 2nd. And anything that the Lakers do with their bench positions or anything like that, all of it, even LeBron's contract and his option, it's all secondary to getting number 77 into a long-term deal. And if he is working hand in hand with the front office on acquiring players and recruiting players, that's a very good sign about where he's looking at going forward.
Whenever Windy gets on the Windy soapbox, I'm just gonna start having my little Windy, making sure we underscore it. By the way, I'm gonna try not to take any offense to the fact that you only text me when you want to hang out. I've never gotten multiple phone calls from you, Brian. I have gotten multiple phone calls from Bobby. Bobby, all these new pieces in the Lakers lineup, how do they fit together?
Well, I think the biggest question was backcourt depth. We talked about it early in free agency, and I think with Marcus Smart, it's a lot of interchangeable lineups there. Certainly you can put him in there for Austin Reeves. They went out and got DeAndre Ayton, as we talked about, Jake LaRavia. Here's where we're looking at. It's okay with hitting doubles in free agency. Everybody talks about hitting a home run. $19 million, Brian Windhorst's value, right? Ayton, Smart, and LaRavia for one season here. Two of them are on buyout. Of course, we are going to be waiting on Luka. 4 years, $222 million. And I know a lot of Laker fans hit me up last night and they said, can we go out and get a 15th player? You cannot right now because of where you are under the first apron. You're $1 million below. Jordan Goodwin, who was waived as part of this, you cannot sign him on a two-way contract because he has 4 years of service. Certainly a loss, but when you look at it, if the Lakers get Marcus Smart Boston version,
right,
it is certainly a coup for them this offseason.
CP3 Ohm is just the latest signing, though, for this Clippers team that's had a very, very busy summer. Last week, we see Bradley Beal was signed to a 2-year, $11 million deal with the Clippers, rather. Why are the Clippers so high on getting Beal and now bringing in CP3?
The Clippers are Lawrence Frank said that he's tried to trade for Bradley Beal twice before in his career and was not able to get him. And it really took a lot of recruiting. It took a lot of talking with one of the most respected agents in the league, Mark Bartelstein, who is Bradley Beal's agent. James Harden jumped on the phone and talked to Mark Bartelstein for 30 minutes, according to Lawrence Frank. But they feel that Bradley Beal will come in and help fill the void that they lost with Norman Powell shooting and scoring. He also is vital for them because Bradley Beal, and over his career, has averaged 4 assists per game. They're going to need some of that playmaking. You remember what happened in Denver last season. They needed somebody to score outside of Kawhi and James. They also needed some more shooting. They need a little more playmaking. They believe Bradley Beal can come in and do all those things.
Thank you so much for that insight. You mentioned the enthusiasm that the Clippers have for Beal. This is what that sounds like. Take a listen to Clippers general manager Lawrence Frank.
Lawrence, are you going to sign Bradley Beal? I mean, you signed Bradley.
Yes, we signed him. Done. Rod Thorne, who was my boss in New Jersey for 10 years, was with the Washington Wizards when Brad was there. And Rod said Brad Beal is one of the best two-way players in the game when he was with him. And I know you can pick apart someone's game and you can say, hey, this is what he was in Phoenix. This is the analytics. This is the film. The way that we look at players like Brad is what they can be, not what they are. And so what I said is what I meant. I do think Brad's a two-way player.
I'm sorry. I'm still amused by that. Yes, we signed him. That was maybe the most energetic I've ever seen Lawrence Frank ever in my career. Perk, are you surprised by that reaction? I'm delighted by it.
I am. Like, two-way player? What are we talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Bradley Beal, yes, an elite scorer, but he hasn't been that over the last 4 or 5 years. Matter of fact, Bradley Beal needs to be available. That's another thing that we need to talk about. But I think he's a good addition. Do I think he's a needle mover that I'm about to put the Clippers in the big scheme of things when it comes down to being one of the best teams in the Western Conference? I'm not. Bradley Beal is to the point now of his career where he has to show us that he could continue, that he could still deliver at a high, at an elite level on a consistent basis. So I get it. Lawrence Frank, he signed him. He been wanting him. He loves Bradley Beal, but I don't feel that way. So I need to see it. I need to see it between the lines.
The offseason. Everybody loves their team and where they are right now. I would say this, though. I think it's a great addition for them based on the circumstances, and I think Bradley Beal is in a different position now with the Clippers than he was in Phoenix.
Right.
And I think that's where you have to take that context. Is he a two-way? Are we going to see him on with Lou Dort on All-NBA? I don't think so. But based on where the Clippers are right now, he doesn't have to be the guy. He's basically, when you have James Harden and certainly Kawhi Leonard, it's a nice complementary piece to those two
We
players.
expect Bradley Beal to start for the
We
Clippers,
do,
right?
yes,
Okay.
we do expect him to start.
All right, just double checking on that one. As
Bobby, Malika.
the appearance, it's value. This is what this means. Whenever you see Bobblehorse Brian, Bobblehorse, bobblehead Windhorst, that means a value contract. Yes, Perk. Last word on this, real quick.
So my thing is he has to deliver somewhat to the same standard that Norman Powell delivered last year. Norman
a high bar.
Powell should have been an all-star. Norman Powell was averaging 24 playing alongside James Harden and Kawhi Leonard. So we got to see it. Again, I need to see that best version of Bradley Beal.
Right.
We haven't seen it in a long time.
NBA